Warming up for deadlifts. Today is actually the end of my training week. I am going to start a French contrast method training session. Hip dominant though, so you're going to get to see the B side of that. So that's exciting. I'm going to Tarantino this one, starting in the kind of the middle, more towards the end. And I also did acceleration earlier in the week that actually went pretty well. It's been getting dark a lot earlier now, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out what I can do so I don't lose a lot of sunlight. Maybe have to drag some lights outside so I could be doing dunks in the dark. But deadlifts are a exercise I haven't done in a long time because I'm not in the program yet, but I want to take some time off doing them because during my powerlifting prep last year, I developed a little forearm tendonitis and it didn't fully go away until kind of recently. So actually I'm excited to do them today without hopefully any pain. So we'll see how they go. I have no idea what I can do, and beltless too. This is gonna be interesting. So that's where I'm starting at today. So let's see if we can do that. I'm gonna try 315, think I can handle it for this training session. So, I want to talk to you guys about deload week. It's not something that I really want to talk about because deloads suck. You know, no one likes to not train hard. It's part of the reason why you make progress. You take these weeks to make sure you're rested, you make sure everything's working right, and to mentally take a break. Let's not forget about that. That's definitely an important aspect of training. A lot of people like to call it mental health, and I think that's honestly became such a BS excuse for just slacking off and not doing what you should and not sticking to your routine. For those of you who do work hard, you know, it's definitely needed. So that's kind of like my message. Just hit some light stuff. As you saw last week, I finished, basically got to the point where I could have maxed out this week and tested. I decided to not do that. I'm not in a caloric surplus or anything, so it's gonna be hard for me to really make strength gains anyway. I kind of have a good idea of where I'm at. Why just do that when it's kind of necessary and just go into deload week and let my upper body have a little bit of a break. And you know, maybe try some new stuff out that I potentially want to put into my program for next training cycle. So that's another thing that I recommend that you do with your deload weeks is to switch it up. Like, you know, especially for the accessory exercises, do some stuff that you don't normally do. And this will totally get you like kind of feeling a little bit excited about training again instead of doing the same exercises. You know, try stuff that's different. It's going to give your central nervous system kind of a shock, because if you're doing movements that you don't normally do or haven't done before, you're going to probably be sore from them because of the different motor patterns that you're actually doing. So that's added plus. And lastly, my number one tip for deload week is to treat it as if it's a normal training session or training week. Too many times that I've heard the horror stories of people approaching deload training sessions of being like, well, you know, I'm not doing normal training weight or normal training volume, so I can kind of half-ass it. Like, don't do that. Do your full warm-up, do your full mobility routine, stick to your routine, but then scale the volume and the intensity down, and you're gonna be feeling good. So that's my deload week, my boring ass deload week tips. So thanks for watching this part. I guess I will see you in the next part, which I have no idea what it's even gonna be. So I'm as surprised as you're gonna be. All right. Welcome to the voiceover once again, and just wanted to go over a couple things that I just wanted to talk about. Starting off with, this is Tuesday, so this is my acceleration day, and doing fairly similar things that you've seen me doing in the past. I am still doing this progression with the falling med ball throw start, just maintaining the forward body lean and the positive shin angles. Basically just trying to make progress. And in this training session, I actually went and did the Viking toss, as you'll see, off of the ottoman type of thing, or whatever it is, the footstool, instead of the ledge. But what I did do is I scaled the volume back. So I was doing 5 sets originally. This one I did 4 sets of 3. So in that regard, I'm raising the intensity by heightening the box that I'm jumping off of. However, I am getting rid of some of the effect where I'm taking away some of the volume. And then did some dunks, which were nice. And then Saturday, I had a very interesting day. And this is kind of the main topic of the video I wanted to get across to you, is dealing with failure, and that there's a time and a place to kind of go off the rails a little bit. In this training session, I did maybe double the amount of jumps that I wanted to do. And I ended up having to cut my top speed training session after this because I just did so many and I was so beat. However, I was so close to getting the first 2-foot dunk that I've ever done. And as you'll see, like, I'm just right there, and it was so frustrating. I kind of let my ego and my emotions get the best of me. But there is a time and a place for this, and you kind of have to know yourself and you have to be smart about it. I didn't do anything after this. I was willing to kind of risk my top speed training session for this day just for the sake of getting this milestone for myself. I think that that's something that you can't really control a lot of times because we're human. However, just kind of know in the back of your mind that these types of things, they happen, and you kind of just got to go with it and adjust in the future. So basically what I'm saying is be smart with your training and pick your spots. This was a time in my training where I know that if I did do this, it's to the point where I'm gonna start kind of upping the volume and the intensity anyway for that increased training effect, so that when I do rear it back and deload some of the volume, that I will achieve that peaking effect and get kind of a slingshot. However, this is something that you have to know, and it was a good time in the program for this, and I'll probably prove this to you over the next couple of weeks. However, just be mindful of the opportunity cost of the satisfaction of getting a PR or something like that now, and letting the program run its course and manifesting something probably even bigger. So that's what I'm getting at, and I think I have a little rant for you, and that's it. That's the voiceover. So as always, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Oh man, I spent double the amount of time trying to do this because I feel like I'm so close. And I'm so mad, but it's humbling. I don't know, I think I did so many jumps, I think I'm just gonna cut my top speed training session. And I'm pretty bummed out, not gonna lie. I literally spent all my energy, but it is what it is. So I guess we'll see what next week has in store, but ain't happening today.